Kahlo. She was fierce, she was creative, and super inspirational. And if you want to know more about her, then please keep on watching. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Rosa, and before we start this video, please subscribe down below if you want to see a new video every Tuesday. So this week I'm kicking off a new series on my channel called Boss Babes. Each month I will dedicate one full video to a woman that I think is a boss babe and why. In these series I will cover three main questions: who is she, why is she a boss babe, and what's her impact on women and women's rights. And with those questions we're gonna figure out all about these boss ladies. This week I'm starting off the series with Frida Kahlo. Frida Kahlo is an artist known for her self-portraits. She's a painter from Mexico and she was born there July 6th in 1907. She had a very tough life and got struck with many physical challenges in her life. She got polio when she was just 6 years old, which resulted in her right leg growing thinner and smaller than her other leg, and that gave her a lot of insecurity. But she was always a very brave and outspoken girl. She played a lot of sports when she was younger, and she went to school, which is very unusual for the time. So she was very ahead of her time from the get-go. Around her 18th, she got into a really bad accident with a bus where a steel railing came in through her side, broke her hip, broke her ribs, broke her pelvis, broke her leg, and shattered her foot. And she had to be in the hospital for weeks and had to recover at home with a full body cast for months. And because of that accident, she got chronic pains for the rest of her life, which is of course horrible, and she even wasn't able to carry children anymore. So she got a lot of challenges in her life, like I said. When she was in that full body cast at home recovering though, that's when she discovered painting. Her parents gave her some paint and a mirror, and she started painting herself, and painting made her feel really good. So she started painting every day and she had a lot of talent. She made some beautiful artwork. And when she recovered later on, she tried to make a career out of it, which she did very well, may I say. And after she recovered, she met her future husband, Diego Rivera, also a very known artist. She initially wanted to ask him about her work, and then they fell in love, they got married, divorced, and then married again. They had a very interesting love life, may I say. And what I find interesting about her is that she has been very artistically successful, very politically active, but physically she's had the worst situations you can imagine. Her health was always very challenging. So now I'm dealing with the question, why is she a boss babe? So I think Frida is a boss babe because she was very ahead of her time and very outspoken. She was not afraid to be herself, and that resulted in a lot of things. She was bisexual and was very open about that. She had multiple affairs with men and women, and she was not afraid to be herself, especially in her time when it was very taboo to be bisexual. She wasn't afraid to just be open about her affairs, and I think that's very brave. She had this amazing confidence and sense of self. Despite her insecurities about her leg and her physical problems, she was very confident, and that made her very sensual and attractive to other people. Like, she had her unibrow, she had the little mustache thing going on, but she didn't care. It was part of her, so she rocked it and she looked gorgeous. She also experimented a little bit with androgyny and men's clothes. There's one famous portrait of her and her family where she was wearing her dad's suit, and she experimented with men's hairstyles as well. So she was never inside the box. She was always very open and open-minded and didn't care so much about gender roles or what was okay for a girl and what was not okay for a girl. Plus, she worked. She was an artist. She made her own money. She worked very hard, and she's very strong because she had so many physical difficulties thrown her way in her life and so many hard situations, and she always fought through it, and she always stood her ground and came back on top, and I think that's very admirable. She's very smart, very passionate, and very strong, and she did whatever she wanted, dressed however she wanted, and made love to whomever she wanted, and didn't give a basically. And the final question is, what was her impact on women and women's rights? And to answer that, let me just say that I think she's the sheer example of breaking taboos, and she always gave a massive middle finger to beauty standards, to slut shaming, to gender roles, and also sexuality. She didn't like labels, and she showed the world that. She had a huge impact on women because she was never afraid to speak her mind about her political preferences and her sexual preferences, differences, and she was unapologetically herself, which made her an example for women all around, especially in that age, but I think even now still, she is an example for women to just be themselves and not be afraid of who they are. And I also think she teaches us not to care so much about other people's opinions. I think she really shows us that you should care more about you. Stop pleasing other people and don't care so much about what other people think. And I think Frida is the perfect example for that. So that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and share it on all your social medias because it really helps me if you do. Don't forget to comment down below and let me know which boss babe you want me to cover next month. And if you have any additions to this video, please let me know as well. Also, don't forget to subscribe and click that little notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload. And I will see you beautiful people next week.